When you're an organ transplant recipient, oftentimes the biggest of accomplishments by far come directly tied to the smallest of things. In my case, that is absolutely the truth. My biggest accomplishment comes tied directly to an old tattered pair of shoes that you see right here. Now, let me give you some background on that. Basically speaking, for about the last 2 years leading up to my transplant, because I was in stage 4 heart failure, cardiomyopathy, as well as had a stenosed heart on both sides, I struggled to do even the smallest of tasks, especially when it came to leaning or bending over at all. I mean, literally, if I bent over about past this point right here, oftentimes I would nearly, if not all the way, pass out. And that went on for a couple of years. Once I received my heart transplant, I was very cautious coming out of transplant, even though I was doing very well, that I was very cautious to not lean, to not bend, to not move quickly, that sort of thing. And then there was one day I decided it's time to get up and walk a few laps around the unit. That's what I was intending on doing. So I sat up in the bed, turned my feet, and stood up and realized I could not find my shoes. I looked around the room, I backed up, I finally spotted those shoes under the bed, and without even thinking, I bent completely over into the floor, picked up those shoes, put them on, and stood up. And that's the moment I realized I did not pass out. I didn't have a problem. As a matter of fact, I felt just totally fine doing that, and that marked a day of a big accomplishment in my life. It was at that point that I knew that I had actually been transformed by transplant, and that the progress I was going to be able to make in the future was going to be huge, and I was going to be able to mark that, and I still do today, 11 years post nearabouts, as a huge accomplishment in my post-transplant journey. I want to know what your accomplishment is. It may be a very small thing like that, but it could be huge to you. Please share it in the comments below this video. I'd love to hear about it. I'd love to share that with the entire community. Until I see you again, stay stronger, my friends.